guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with my October TBR. I'm so excited for the spooky season, for all the books that I have planned to read. I have too many books on my TBR, but that's okay. I'm really excited to get to them. I won't be getting to all of them at all. There's like 20 books on here. I read over 20 books a month, but a lot of them are books that I just randomly decide to read, especially when I'm listening to audiobooks, because over half my reading is audiobooks, but a girl can dream. So the first two books are for my book club that I host with two of my close friends on BookTube. So the first one is for Historical Hellions that I host books with Samantha. We are reading The Bride by Julie Garwood. I'm so excited for this. I read The Secret, absolutely loved it. I think I read that last year. That was a Highlander romance. This one I think is medieval. Oh, our hero is a Scottish laird and he has to take an English bride, and the heroine is the youngest daughter of a baron, and that's who he chose. She decided to pledge her own secret oath where she would never love him. So this sounds amazing. I don't know when, I think it takes place like not even medieval. I don't know. It's 1100 the year. I don't know like what time period that is, but I'm excited. Then for Ravished by Romance, I'm so excited for this. We were reading Gothicana by Rue Nix. I'm really excited for this. Rue Nix did send me a copy of this to read, so thank you so much to the author for sending this to me, but we both have been wanting to read this for forever. I did read my first Rue Nix over the summer and I didn't love it. That was The Predator, but I'm excited to read something else from the author. This takes place at a school, so I think it's like dark academia kind of, and she falls in love with someone there. It says, "So begins a tale of the mystique, the morbid, the macabre, and a deep love that blossoms in the unlikeliest of places." Literally perfect for October, so I cannot wait. Okay, so the next three are historical romances that I got from the publisher. The first one is When You Wish Upon a Duke by Charis Michaels. This one is the second book in her series, Awakened by a Kiss series. I really enjoyed the first one. They are inspired by fairy tales, and this one is Tinkerbell. So she works for like a travel agency that you can in that time period, and the Duke needs someone to help show him around, like a travel guide. So he hires her and they fall in love. So then I really want to read The Princess Stakes by Amelie Howard. This one, book 2 comes out soon, so I really want to read this one, and she's a princess on the run and he's a duke. So I think the cover is absolutely stunning, so I really hope I enjoy this one. Then I really want to read A Wolf in Duke's Clothing by Susanna Allen. This is a historical paranormal, and he is a wolf shifter and he's a duke, and the heroine is determined to not marry until like at least she's 25, because when she's 25 she can inherit, I believe, her father's fortune, and then she meets him and falls in love, but she's like, I don't want to marry until I can get my money. So this sounds fun. I've never read historical paranormal before, so I have high hopes. The next three are traditionally published romances, which I haven't been loving for a while now, but these three I'm very excited for. So the first one is The Dating Playbook by Farah Rashan. This one I'm just in the mood for because it's fall, which means that it is football season, and in this one she's a personal trainer and he was in the NFL and he's wanting to get back into it, and then they fake date. So I think I'm gonna love this. I really hope I do. I also have The Heart Principle and The Love Hypothesis. These both have been super hyped lately and a lot of people have been reading them. I've heard this one's really emotional, so I'm kind of nervous to go into this one. People say it's a lot more serious than they had expected, and then this one, so many people are hyping, but everybody in my book haul said they really liked it, that they gave it like a 4 or 5 star. I guess it did start out as Raylo fanfic, which I didn't know. I just thought the cover was supposed to look like Raylo, but I guess it was Raylo fanfiction. But I am scared, but I hope I like this. Then I really want to read Pippa in The Prince of Secrets by Grace Calloway. This one is book 2 to Olivia and the Masked Duke, which I absolutely loved, and so Grace Calloway sent me the second copy, which I'm so excited to read. So our heroine is a widow, and our hero is the leader of the Mudlarks, which is a gang of scavengers dealing in goods and information. So he is known as the Prince of Larks, and he is feared around London, and they fall in love, and she of course is probably going to get involved into a mystery because she's part of Charlie's Angels, which is like Lady Charlotte's Angels. I think that was the first book, like she wanted to be a spy, and I think that she's gonna continue being a spy in here. It is a different heroine, but I hope I love this as much as I love book 1. Then 3 random indie romances I really want to read is Bittersweet Addiction by QB Tyler. I really want to continue reading her backlist and try to catch up on all of it. This one's the first no duet, and our hero and heroine well, I don't even know if he's the hero, but our heroine is married and they're having trouble, so they go to marriage counseling, and she ends up getting together with the counselor. And I don't know if it's a love triangle. I'm pretty sure that means that she cheats on her husband, and I don't know who she's supposed to be with, but I'm excited for the ride. Then I have Varsity Dad Dilemma by Lex Martin, which Lex Martin did send to me. I love Lex Martin. I read her books. I've been reading them for at least 3 years now, because I remember listening to the audiobooks while I was painting my house, and I've been here for a while now. And so this one, she is in college and she lives next door to her brother, who is a football player and lives with a bunch of other football players, and someone leaves a baby on the doorstep and says that one of them's a dad but doesn't say who. So our heroine is like, well, I can't, if this is like my nephew or niece, I can't just leave this baby to a bunch of guys to take care of. So she kind of helps out, and there's a second chance romance because I believe he broke her heart 3 years ago, one of the football players that lives there now. So this sounds really good. The next one I really want to read is Reaper by A. Zavarelli. This one is Ronan and Sasha, and I can't remember if Sasha was one of the girls that worked at the club that the girl worked at in book one, or if Sasha was her best friend, because I know both of them get books, but I don't remember which one's which. I think this one's the girl that worked at the club. And I loved the first book, and the hero's an Irish mobster, so it's a mafia romance. So I have really high expectations for this one, but I really think that I will enjoy it, and then I can go on to book 3 and hopefully continue on in the series. I did get 3 books from the library, and I'm really excited for them because they're all books that I've seen really good things about. I don't know what they're about though. I like to with my thrillers not knowing too much so that I can be like super surprised. So I have Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica. I've heard really good things about this, and my dad even said that he read this and loved it. My dad's really picky when it comes to thrillers, so we'll see if I like this one. I also got The Troop by Nick Cutter. I got this last year, never read it because I'm scared, because I know it's about a Boy Scout troop, I think, and like body horror is in here, and I think animal horror, which I don't love. I love animals, so I'm scared. But I want to branch out, so we'll see if I like it. I also got They Never Learn because I know that Meg with Books really liked this, and I was intrigued, and then I kept on seeing it everywhere, so I got this too. Okay, now we have my list of books that are either on Kindle Unlimited or I'm getting on audio from my library. So the first one is Hooked, which I think I first saw Tori from A Novel Life talk about, and she loved it so much she got it in paperback, and she recommended it in, I think, her Mafia romance video that she just posted. So I think it has to do with Mafia. It's a Peter Pan retelling, and that's all I know. But the cover's gorgeous, and I know after seeing her read it, some other people read it and loved it, so I'm gonna try it out. Then we have Hollow Heathens by Nicole Fiorna. I read my first Nicole Fiorna this past month, and I really enjoyed it, and I know that Mary from More to Mary read this and absolutely loved it, and it's spooky, but that's all I remember about the plot. I don't remember anything else, but Mary put it in her books to read it for fall, for like spooky season, so we'll see how this goes. Then I have Hunger, and this one is between a personal trainer, I believe. So the synopsis on Goodreads doesn't really say anything, but there's a review that says that it's a personal trainer who falls for his curvy client. I love books that have to do with like personal trainers and working out, and this one's a novella, so I'm excited to try this. It is on Kindle Unlimited, so that's why I decided to download it. I also have The Butcher of the Bay, which I'm hoping to get to because I really want to try more from this author, and this one's a mafia romance, so I'm pretty sure it's mafia, I think. I also have Unhinged. This one I've been meaning to read for over a month now, and it is a serial killer romance, and it's MM, and this guy's like raising these troubled teens who have the urge to kill, and he's harnessing them to kill for the good and not for evil, and I believe one of them falls for the son of someone they killed, so sounds really good. I also have to read Kidnapped by the Pirate. I was gonna read it this month for a pirate reading vlog when I read The Pirate and the Pagan, but I DNF'd that book. So I never ended up filming a pirate romance reading vlog, but this one I really want to read. He's kidnapped by a pirate, and it's an MM romance. I also really want to read The Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics, which is a sapphic romance, and it is historical. My library finally has the audiobook, so I really want to listen to that this month, and I believe one of them's a widow, and they're working, like one's a scientist, so I am excited to finally read this book. I also have The Bourbon Thief by Tiffany Rice, and I think a couple of her books are like more spooky, including this one. So I don't know too much about the plot of this, but I have a physical copy of it that I got when I met her like 3 or 4 years ago at a signing, so I want to read this. My library has a bunch of her audiobooks, so I definitely want to give this one a try. Then I have a vampire romance, which is Blood Captive, and this one I have the audiobook of, and it's not that long, and I don't think she knew that they were vampires, and he took her as captive. So it says she's the key to their salvation. I like a good captor-captive romance, so hopefully I enjoy this audiobook. My Hold for Treasure by Rebecca Weatherspoon finally came in for the ebook at my library, and this one is a sapphic romance, and our one heroine went to a bachelorette party where there was some entertainment, and she goes to college, and in one of her classes is one of the performers from the bachelorette party. So yeah, they fall in love. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm excited to read this one, and I think it's pretty short. It's only 100 pages, so I've heard good things, so I'm excited. Then my audiobook for The Wicked Deeds of Daniel Mackenzie finally came in as well. I wanted to continue on in this series, which is the Mackenzies and McBride series. I love books 1 through 4, but book 5 I didn't like, but Daniel's the son of Cameron, and I loved Daniel's character, so I'm excited to see him grown up and falling in love. He lives up to the reputation of his scandalous family, and he meets Violet Bastion, one of the most famous spiritual mediums in England, and it's their romance. I don't know if I've ever read a historical with a spiritual medium, so that sounds really good. The last book I'm really excited to read is Through the Storm by Beverly Jenkins. I'm trying to read her entire backlist, and I'm getting there, but I just got this on audio from my library. This is the first book in the Levesque family series, but I think I read a couple of them later on. Sable is a slave on the run to escape the cruel man she's been sold to, and she's forced to betray the charming Union officer Raymond Levesque, who had romanced her and championed her, and they have an arranged marriage together. Very interesting. I'm excited. And those are the romances I hope to read in October. Let me know if you are planning to read any of these or have read them, or what you're planning to read in October. I'd love to hear. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.